Okay. The story today that I tell is not one story that I'm making up. It's not written in a book, and I'm not channeling it from anywhere. It's one oral story that was kept in one family, and only one family. And in 1985, I hear the story on one cassette tape. And I go to listen to the man who tells the story. His name was Eeyore Bach. And the story is called the Bach Saga. It's the oldest story on the planet. The story is one story. It's one mythology or mythology. It's called the Wainamoinen mythology or the Wainamoinen mythology. It's also one history. Before the men made the history, it's his story, and the women made the future. So today I give you the history of the planet. It's based in one linguistic, in one sound system we call the root language or the root alphabet. And I'll explain. The story is based in 8 powers. Before we had religion, we lived according to powers on this planet. And the 8 powers that this story is based on go like this. Hel, Bak, I, Uden, Ra, Tur, Frey, Freya. And in this story I will explain what these 8 powers are. The people that this story come from were called the As, or the Asur people. It's the oldest family on the planet. The sound Asur. And the As people, they had one true logic called As True Logi. As means the As people. True means true or to believe. And Logi means logic. So they had one logic that they went, which I'll explain now. We have different things, have different names. We have the sound sun. We have the sound moon. We have the sound planet. And we have the sound stars. And these things are different. They're not the same. In this story, we call the sun Uden. Ude and Uden. And we say Uden is one ring. Uden is everything. Uden has always been, and Uden will always be. And Uden is the sun. This poem is one very, very old poem from English. And what this story really says, this poem, is that the sun has always been, and the sun will always be. And everything that we see, the stars, the moon, the planet, the cup, the human, the camera, everything comes from the light of one sun. We call it Solo. And maybe our soul comes from the solar. Without the sun, in our story, nothing exists. And we say there's only one sun. The sun is one disk. And this sun shines in all directions, constant. Even the backside of the sun shines its strala. And these stralas, the light rays, they go through this vacuum, this space. And these light rays, they go forever. The farthest star you see, the sun can shine fast past this star. And for us, nobody made the sun. There is nobody out there who made the sun on the fourth day. A star is different than a sun. A star is not its own light. A star is made from three materials: metal, ice, and gas. And when the straw of the sun goes 6 light years, 60 light years, 600 light years, finally the straw hits one of these balls we call stars. And there the light cannot go through the ball. It reflects a light back to us here on the planet Earth. So we say the stars are reflections of one sun. The moon is different than everything we know. The moon, we always see the same side of the moon. We never see the back side of the moon. So the moon is different than a sun. The moon is different than a star. And in this story, we say mono. Mono means one. Solo means one. One sun, one moon. And this story is about the sun and the moon. This planet is something completely different. The planet Earth, we say there's only one planet. There are not 7 or 8 planets. If there's no plants, it's not a planet. And our Mother Earth does not reflect the light like Mars and Venus. If you go into space and look back to our Mother, she's one blue and green ball who sucks the light from the sun and gives us our life. Plan means plan, and et in our story means one. There's only et plan, the planet Earth. So in our story, there's one planet, there's one moon, there's one sun, and there's millions and millions of stars. But if the sun didn't shine, the stars wouldn't shine, the moon wouldn't shine, and this planet would be completely black. Without any light, there's no life. So according to us, the life comes from the sun. And the sun has always been, and the sun will always be. The soul is forever. It says that a long time ago, the sun decided to make one special creation. It was going to make something that would be covered with plants, something completely different than anything else it had ever done. And it made one egg, one small little sun. And in the middle of this sun was one hot ball of something we call magma. In English, we call it magma. It's spelled M-A-G-M-A. The G in the middle, or the gay, if you pull it down, it means the grund, or the ground. And left on top is mama. M-A-G-M-A. This land is our mama, and she's made from magma. The grund is our mama. And this sun made one egg with one hot ball of magma, surrounded by one sack of water, surrounded by one shell called atmosphere. We were like an egg floating through the universe. And one day the magma, the mother, she blew. And when she blew, the magma blew up. It doesn't blow down so much. And this magma exploded, boom. And where the mountains are, the magma came up. Where the oceans are, the magma went down. And in the same second, this water bubble popped and rushed in to fill in between the rocks. So this planet was made in one flash, not 7 days. So in the beginning, there was just the sea and the rock. Nothing was living on this ball. And from the strala of the sun, through the ocean, we get a one-cell green living organism. In the root language, we call it algae. All meaning everybody, everything, and gay meaning giving, or gay meaning grund. The algae. In English, we call it algae. And from this one-cell green thing comes all green on the planet. It started to evolve and cover the ocean floor with green plants. And from the green plants, it came out onto the land and now start to cover the land in green. It says, we the people, we come through many, many stages of evolution to be one people, to be one human being.